All right. So I got to go into the ultimate geek questions. This is not a comprehensive list. This is the questions that every geek will inevitably ask each other at some point. Now, not all questions can be answered because sometimes they cater to fandoms. We're going to start with the most obvious one that always gets asked. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation, probably.
Now, I have to add a caveat to that. Is it teleportation as bamf, I'm somewhere else, or the portal type? Because both are a lot of fun.
Either one would be cool, honestly. Like the portal one is like more pizzazz to it,
Like,
but
try and tell me you wouldn't love to
I'd
have, like, the
like to
portal
be
gun.
able to go like either way.
Yeah.
As long as I can go anywhere pretty much instantaneously,
Like, having
that'd
the
be
Nightcrawler bamf, that'd be fun, because then you're like, poof, I'm elsewhere. Um, and then alternatively, you could have the portal gun. I have a portal in front of me, walk through. Would be
the
really
portal
interesting. Go
because
ahead.
it feels like it's easier to bring someone else with you.
Arguably, it all depends on like the level, because Nightcrawler is able to carry additional mass, but he does talk about how difficult it is. But then again, you have like what was it? What was it? No, I can't remember the movie. Sam Jackson's the villain where they could teleport. Blink. Anyway,
Yeah.
where he was able to take like part of a building.
Why? But teleportation seems like it would be better because
Jumper,
it's
thank
more
you, Shared.
insidious, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to go through, like, actually flying.
Yeah, because that
Like,
sounds
I
like
feel like that'd
effort.
be fun, but you'd probably be like, I wish I could just be there already, like you do with anything else. So it seems like that would be the better option.
Because if I had teleportation, I can guarantee you, I weigh 200 pounds, or not 200, sorry, 400 pounds. I would double my weight easily. I already weigh over 200 pounds. I'm not gonna tell you how much. 260. I'm working on losing weight, so I don't care. We are all works in progress in life. That's the important thing to remember, everybody.
I'd like it to travel, so you could just go somewhere, and then you wouldn't have to pay for a hotel. You could just go back home at night and then go there again if you want. Be off.
Imagine if you had that office job too. You're like, hey, you know what? I want to poop on my own toilet. I'm back home at my own toilet. That simple.
Yeah, there's a lot of pluses for it. Or if you're like craving a specific food from like another country or something, just go there and then go back home.
Sherrod is asking, how many kitties do you have?
I have 4 inside cats, and then I'm taking care of a stray that was dumped at my house like last year. And then I have a basset hound that's acting crazy right now.
Ah, you just became one of Sherrod's favorite people. Just so you know, just to warn you. All right. So the next 2 questions, you can answer them however you want. Who is your favorite hero and who's your favorite supervillain? Now you can split them up by like genres. So are they DC heroes, anime heroes, Marvel heroes, or villains? Take your pick. You can split it however you want.
So hard. One of my favorite villains is like Poison Ivy. I've liked her
Yeah.
since I was
Especially when she goes like semi-good when she's working with like Catwoman. Like there was that whole
yeah,
arc where Catwoman and Harley Quinn are just beating up against really bad men. Let's just say it that way.
I just always really like the artwork with her too, especially like the older ones with like the one piece and like all the leaves all over it and like just the red hair and everything. Like she's really cool looking. It's like almost like a pinup meets like, you know, I don't know, the way she was drawn, I really liked it. And she has a really cool backstory
Oh
and
yeah, and like
just
almost all versions has a cool backstory too.
yeah.
But no, between Poison Ivy and Jessica Rabbit, I think almost every guy of my generation grew up with a thing for redheads.
Probably. I've seen some pretty good cosplays of both.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then there's Mary Jane Watson.
Yep. Yep. Lots of redheads.
Oh yeah. Mind you, that's probably partly Stan Lee's fault because I know he had a thing for redheads, so a lot of his characters he creates has a thing for redheads automatically.
Yeah.
Like X-Men, you have Jean Grey. Well, she's Auburn in some cases.
And then favorite hero. I really liked like punk 80s Storm. I like
When she was still a badass even after she lost her powers. Like, yeah, I'm gonna beat
yeah,
Cyclops in a fight. Oh yeah, she was Queen of the Morlocks at the time.
and then my other favorite would probably be like Raven.
Oh yeah,
Just love like
Raven.
the whole like moody, dark aesthetic.
Did you see the most recent Justice League Dark movie?
No,
Okay,
I'm still behind on a lot of
we need to
things.
watch it because you get to see some really cool Trigon Raven stuff,
Oh, cool.
and Constantine's involved.
And then my favorite like heroes for like anime, I really like Mirio from My Hero,
Lemillion, for
and
those who don't know him by his real name.
yeah. And then I like sorry, I
You're good.
like
You're good.
I like a lot of different things, so I'm trying to narrow it down in my head.
You're good. You're good. You want to circle back because the next one is what is your favorite anime slash manga?
Okay, yeah. My
We,
favorite anime right now is Demon Slayer.
awesome.
I haven't gotten to watch the movie yet, but like I really am excited for it. I just love the artwork and how everything's so detailed, like the patterns and the clothing, and then how a lot of the hair is multicolored, and then like details and earrings and scars, and they do it even for like minor characters, which you don't see a lot in
Oh yeah.
animation. So like it kind of makes me geek out.
And that's including like major animation, major anime shows like Dragon Ball, where you can see like if you look at it just right, you can catch where they cut short on some of the art styles. From what I've seen
Yeah,
in Demon Slayer, they don't do
uh,
that.
or they'll make the main character more detailed and then everyone else is more plain, you know? Or like they might just give some of the other characters like cool hair, but then their outfits are really
Yeah.
like meh, you know?
Spot the main character trope right there.
Yeah, but like in that one, like there's so much detail even for like some of the demons at the beginning, like the spider demon, like there was so much detail in it and it was hardly on the screen, but just every single little member of the family was, detailed too, especially like the mom character for the demon, like
Yeah.
so cool. I love the art.
No, you're good. That's kind of your repertoire. One of my favorite things about like One Punch Man, for instance, is that Saitama's the one with like almost no detail until he's like flexing up, and then for the most part, and then everybody
It's
else is like,
all
I'm super cool looking. What was that?
What's funny too is like, at the beginning he has more detail on him
When he has
whenever
hair
he
and everything.
thing, and then like he just looks silly afterward. It's like his face doesn't even look the same either.
Which apparently in the comic, not in the web comic, but the comic or manga, whatever you want to say, there is rumors that Blast may have appeared. I have not caught up, but someone said that to me, and that made me excited.
I'm a little behind. The last episode I watched was whenever he was in the tournament pretending to be someone else,
Well,
and he
no,
just kept everyone, and they were like,
yeah, you didn't miss too much because the second season like it doesn't like resolve anything because in actuality for the comics it's like the middle, like it's the beginning of a larger arc. So you're like it's the build up to something. All you do get to see a really cool fight with Bang, his brother, and Garu. So it was really cool.
I watch so many shows at one time. Like I'll like binge watch one and then I'll get caught up to it to a certain point, and then I'll like watch a whole bunch of other shows, and then by the time I circle back to the last one, like I'm way behind on it.
At least you're not trying to watch One Piece at this point. There'd be
Oh
no
god.
catching up.
Everyone keeps telling me that I need to, and then I looked up and was like, there's so many seasons.
The good news is there's a lot you get to skip because it's either flashback or filler arc. All right. So that's. Do you have anything you want to add to the superhero villain question, or do you want to move on to the next one, which I know you'll have an answer?
Like, I think I'm good with that one.
Okay.
It's just I have so many ones I like, and I like them for different reasons on a lot of different things,
You're good. If you want to toss it out, feel free. It's you can always circle back because the next one is in Doctor Who. Who is your favorite Doctor, and why is it David Tennant? No, seriously, who is it?
It's David Tennant.
I actually knew the answer. I was just trying to mess around with that one. Why? Why David Tennant?
He's my favorite because I don't know, he just embodied a lot of the older doctors, and he's such a good actor. Like I love
Yeah, he's
like
great.
how he rambled on, and then like how he could go from being like silly to like just like badass, really
Him and Matt Smith did that phenomenally, where they'd go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why Matt Smith was like a pretty good a person to replace him because he could kind of do the same thing, like be really silly and then just like be serious really quickly.
And both of them had the ability to show their age, quote unquote.
Yeah. But they could also be like fun, happy-go-lucky, and then like super serious. And I kind of liked how Tennant's was like how he was with like Rose's mom and everything. Pretty funny. But you know, like you could see like the seriousness in him, but also like the fun side and like how he kind of just wanted to get away, you know.
Oh yeah.
Um, Plus, like I don't know, like the whole character design for him and the way like they did his hair, like everything was pretty cool about him. The only thing the thing with him too is you could tell at the beginning they still didn't have much of a budget, and then like as it went on, like the graphics and stuff, you know, like it felt like Matt Smith had that the whole time, and like David Tennant and Eccleston kind of like paved the way for them to have better effects and everything for, you know.
Well, not to mention the evolution of technology during that time.
Yeah, and then like with Matt Smith, he also had better story arcs in my opinion. I like David Tennant better as an actor, but I thought the story arcs and like the whole River Song thing and everything.
Oh yeah.
Better written than some of the other stuff with Tennant.
Just watching the River Song. So there's a spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen it. There's a River Song. Where when she first meets David Tennant is, spoilers, the last day she sees him.
Yeah.
And at one point she's talking about his future with her, and there's a remade version which updates it to current time, and it just breaks your heart because it adds context to everything she said, and you're like, why did you do this to me?
Yeah, and she sees every single doctor through Capaldi, so like he takes her to Trenzalore for the last one, I think was what it was, or whatever, I can't remember.
It was the Singing Towers or something or other.
Yeah, the Singing Towers. He took her there, and then she goes straight to seeing Tennant.
Yeah. But the part that broke my heart, it was like a small detail when you look back on the episode in the library. When she goes to whisper something in his ear, she reaches for his bow tie.
Yeah.
And he's not wearing it because it's not Matt Smith.
Yeah, that was her like, you know, husband.